Yo, what's going on guys, it's Cynical, and today for you guys I have some pretty interesting Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key news and information, which sort of further, of course, adds on to the Kingdom Hearts lore and stuff. And the Unchained Key updates are always very interesting because, of course, it's always progressing the origin story of Kingdom Hearts. Now, as you guys should probably know, very shortly, Unchained Key will be getting updated to Kingdom Hearts Union Key, and we kind of talked about this quite a few days ago. And the fact that we know that, of course, Ventus will be playing a role in this update, and of course the story will be progressing forward to the point where we're going to be learning more about Ventus's origin story, which is really, really cool. And of course we know that Ventus is a teased character in the Union Key trailer, so that pretty much just insinuates to us that we're going to be learning more about the character of Ventus in this update, which I believe is very, very exciting. So the Japanese version of Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key recently received a story update, and I believe this is the very final story update before the game transitions into Union Key. Now, I'm sure that the global version will be receiving the story update closer to the launch of the global Union Key, which is happening sometime in April. But the story update is actually very, very interesting. It actually gives us a little bit more sort of information and knowledge towards Ventus's role in Unchained Key, which is always fantastic. So, of course, thanks to Kingdom Hearts Insider, we actually have this brand new story update all translated so we can actually understand what is actually going on. Now, of course, as you guys should probably know, if you have been keeping up to date with the Kingdom Hearts Key lore, which obviously includes back cover as well as Unchained Key, you guys should know that the foreteller known as Ava, her role given to her by the Master was to create a separate group known as the Dandelions, who will of course escape the world, and they will be the one to stop the light from expiring. So essentially it's like this own sort of secret organization, and she was given the task to create this organization. Now, during the story update, the Master actually explains to Ava that she needs to find 5 people to be appointed leaders within the Dandelion organization. Essentially, these 5 people will go on to become new Union leaders, which is very interesting. Now, you guys should remember quite some time ago when we were celebrating the very first anniversary for Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key, Nomura brought out this artwork. Now, this artwork shows us Ephemera, Scold, as well as Ventus. And you guys will also notice that there are 2 other people standing there, but of course their identities are currently hidden. Now, at the time, we didn't really know what this sketch meant, but now we do. These 5 people within the first anniversary art sketch are the 5 new Union leaders for the Dandelions. And of course, we now know that Ventus has actually been appointed to be one out of the 5 leaders. So of course, so far we have Scold as a leader, Ephemera as a leader, and Ventus. So now it's just down to the question of who are the other 2 leaders to, of course, lead the Dandelions. Now, within the story update, we actually see Scold and Ephemera sort of waiting in the Keyblade graveyard, and they're talking about the fact that they've been appointed leaders for the Dandelions. And of course, eventually, Ventus turns up, and then they sort of introduce themselves and stuff. So it doesn't really give us too much information, but essentially what the story update is telling us is the fact that in Union Key, we're going to be learning probably more so about the Dandelions. I feel as if the story that is going to be getting displayed in Union Key will be probably focusing more so around the Dandelions, and of course, hopefully in the Union Key update, we will learn who the other 2 people will be. Now, there is quite a lot of discussion going on in terms of who these other 2 people could be. I've seen the possibility of Aqua and Terra possibly being the other 2, but I just don't really think that makes too much sense, because the very first time that Terra and Aqua actually met Ventus was when he was brought to the land of departure to be trained under Master Ericus, and of course that's where he met Terra and Aqua. And the other interesting thing is, I mean, Unchained Key and the whole Key universe and whatnot is set so many years before the events of Birth by Sleep, so it makes me think, like, was Ventus put in some sort of a sleep towards the end events, like the very end events that we currently haven't seen of Unchained Key, to, of course, the starting events of Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. Maybe he was put in like a sleep pod, similar to what we see in the Twilight Town mansion. Perhaps maybe that would explain why Ventus hasn't aged, because of the fact that now we know he is from ancient times. However, though, I think this is really interesting, and I think Square Enix are doing a really good job with sort of hyping up this update. What better way to do it than to, of course, you know, show us a character that we're very familiar with and adding a certain amount of mystery around him. Because we don't know anything about Ventus's origins other than the fact that he was with Xehanort, and Xehanort brought him to the Land of Departure, but that's as far back as we know in terms of Ventus's lore. So yeah, I gotta say, thanks to all of this like story update stuff and like the sketches, it all connects together, and it's got me super excited to learn more about Union Key when it eventually arrives. Have guys thought I'd just get this really quick news sort of lore update out. I'm extremely excited to learn who these two other mysterious new leaders are, as well as, of course, you know, learning more so about Ventus. I'm sure in Union Key, it will also bring us to the point where the Dandelions actually leave Daybreak Town and, of course, you know, go to other worlds and whatnot. And I'm sure it'll probably bring us to the point where Daybreak Town as a whole actually falls into darkness, because in the story update, the Master actually explains that this world will fall to darkness. What's written in these tomes is going to happen, and one of those things that will happen will, of course, be Daybreak Town falling into the depths of darkness. So yeah, very interesting stuff going on. Let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about all of this Union Key stuff going on. And until next time, guys, I'll catch you later. Peace.